Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an act named Jordan Schwabe titled Baby I'll Save You a Special Place. And if we switch over to here, we have the video on YouTube. We've got a track that came out, I think it was in 2021, drop 6 of... it's tricky with the date conventions. You've either got, here in New Zealand, this would be the 6th of August, but in places over like the States, I think it could be the 8th of June. But either way, it's out now, so if you like this track we're going to be listening to today, feel free to show Jordan Schwabe some support via his various social medias and his YouTube and other platforms. And we're going to be listening through this from start till finish. We're going to hear what we think. Let's go. Really interesting, almost a nostalgic piano line here. It's very somber, kind of sad sounding here. Nice reverb tail on it. A little bit of vocal modulation there. Oh. Nice side chaining on those kicks. They're subtle, but they've got a good amount of oomph to them. Nice panning with those synths on the side as well. Yeah, nice development of the percussion here with this groove with the cymbals. I dig it. I'm not sure if this is necessarily going to be an instrumental or not. I don't mind either way. The musical theme is great, you know? There's room for more, but if we don't, it's a vibe, it's an atmosphere, and you can get behind it. Interesting effects change on those vocals there. The melodies make sense musically, you know, the scales match the key signature. I mean, the melodies match the scales and key signature, should I say. Nice panning of them on the side as well. I'll save you a special place. Boom, boom, boom. That chord note groove just sits there, you nod your head to it, alongside the vocals which come through intermittently. It sounds like it should be quite romantic, but at the same time the imagery on the screen with the video, it's almost like we desperately need that special place, because if we don't get involved with that, things might get kind of dour, you know? Okay, back to this refrain. And I'll save you a special place. I dig it. When the world comes down, doesn't make a sound, it almost seems like terrible things are happening around them and they're sort of struggling to cope, but they're trying to find some way of getting through it. Again, a safe place, some sort of oasis in the desert around them. Almost life is like a chaotic carnival and you just want to find a seat to sit down on so you can kind of process everything. Again, I don't typically talk about the production of the video in these reviews, because mainly my focus on the audio, as I know a bit more about audio than I do about video production. But nonetheless, I can appreciate the imagery here. It's a little bit unsettling. It's got that old-timey kind of feel there, which gives me the impression that it isn't as clean cut as just those two that are cuddling on the seat together, you know? Yeah, there's beauty in the madness, but effectively we want to find some way to be able to get far enough away to watch it from a distance. Oh, nice work layering these two together. Never makes a sound. I mean, we're really comfortable with this musical theme here. We're past the 4-minute mark. Nice repeater on that vocal delay part there. It's cool. Fills the gap quite well. Smart we're having a fade out here. I don't necessarily know if we could have pulled our 4 at full volume of this. Would have been a bit too abrupt if we'd ended it like that. And we just fade out with Jordan Schwabe, or Schwabe, Jordan Schwabe, Baby I'll Save You, A Special Place. I'm pretty sure I pronounced Schwabe correctly in the intro. If I don't, I'm going to kick myself in the teeth. But effectively, this is the conclusion of my review of Jordan Schwabe's Baby I'll Save You, A Special Place. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd spoken about what I thought the story was about as we went through the tale. Basically, my impression is that it's about someone who was saying to this person they have an attraction to, or maybe not an attraction, just they want to keep them safe. So they're like, yo, I know things are pretty terrible out there, but if you come next to me, even if everything falls down and we're kind of screwed, you'll get out of this alive, you know, we'll make it out without falling to pieces. And I think that's a nice angle to come from. I think everybody wants someone looking out for them to make sure they're safe. I'm sure a lot of people will be able to appreciate the message here, and may even have people in their lives that do that for them, or they may relate to wanting that. So I'm sure a lot of people will be able to relate to the themes discussed in the song. The vocal performances were cool. You know, we didn't have a lot of range in the different parts of the vocals, you know, like in regards to like the sections, you know. We had a similar approach to how we did in the choruses, and in the verses we had set melodic phrasing and sequences that we were happy with, and we didn't feel the need to adjust the coloration that much. And I think if you're making a song where you are really you need that consistency there, then that's exactly what we're looking for here. I think simplicity is often something that people overlook, the importance of it. And I think in this track, while the production change, the effects change of production wasn't necessarily simple, you know, there's a fair bit of work getting regards to the modulation, the phasing, and the reverb change and delays and stuff involved with the post-production side of things for the singing parts. You know, just keep a couple of core melodies that you're happy with, allow the story to follow that, make it something you can kind of vibe with and nod your head and just create an atmosphere that people can be in for a few minutes, and you're basically golden. The structure of it, you know, before we get into the structure, the guys showed good vocal technique. I think that I'm happy that we had the sort of synthetic elements here. It kind of elevated his vocals a little bit here. It doesn't necessarily work as well when you have a whole lot of vocal ornamentation like legato and vibrato and stuff like that, but because these melodies were delivered in a more straightforward manner, it was totally fine. The structure of the track was your typical kind of intro, like verse, chorus kind of thing. There might have been a bridge as well. The story was developed within the first half and reiterated in the second, and we had lots of that main message in that chorus part, you know, baby I'll save you a special place. It was hammered home that was going to be something that was going, you know, that was the important part of the song, and that you know, Jordan Schwabe made sure that everyone understood that. And I think in regards to the structuring of the track and the arrangement of that, that's a smart move. Additionally, you had a situation with the instrumentation where you had the pianos, the bass, the drums, and some occasional synth parts on the left, and we didn't necessarily have a whole lot more than that for the most part, but it was as much as we needed, you know. We didn't want to overcomplicate the instrumental setup of it. We had the colorations we needed, that kind of like modern electronic synthy sadness that comes in a lot of music that I hear nowadays, and I think it displayed a complexity emotionally which was iterated upon by the story, and those things had an inherent connection which made a lot of musical sense. Finally, the recording, mixing, mastering was splendid. Had a great time listening to this, partly because of the fact that all the different levels were done so well. Initially, I was a little bit taken aback by the vocals being as present as they were, but I think it's potentially just because of the way that my headphones approach the panning of the different instruments. You know, things sound a bit louder at this part just because of the fact that there's more of a focus on those ends of the headphones. I'm sure within mono, like within phone speakers, this would be totally fine and rectified. I've got no complaints really. You know, the EQing, stereo panning, the effects change on the various instruments and the vocals, as I mentioned before, totally fine. Things were stacked on top of each other in frequency spectrum well. This is part of what allowed like those 3 and 4 instruments to be so effective, is that none of them interfered with each other particularly, and the vocals sounded clear and present in the mix as well, which is, you know, it's always a plus. It's always a plus. A little bit of side chaining with a kick, but it didn't like click away, so it was nice and pleasurable to listen to. Had that subtle kind of pulse to it, which was dope. And then you had, of course, the limiting compression, which is great. It was nice and loud without pumping, and I think all in all, a really great first introduction or first impressions to what Jordan Schwabe is all about. But effectively, this was my review of Jordan Schwabe's Baby I'll Save You a Special Place. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Jordan Schwabe some love via their various social medias and their YouTube page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as either hell more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands out.